I'm off on a little mission, a wee mission to Daventry. Now, it's only, first of all, obviously, before, hello, good afternoon, for it is the afternoon. Behind me, the lovely Whilton Marina. Heated gloves on, because I lost one of my fleece gloves down these locks here. Actually, can't do that yet because I've got to sort out the sat nav. It's a new route, this one, and there's quite a few little twists and junctions and bits and bobs in it. So I'm going to get it into ride with you. Well, I've got it into ride with GPS. Whilton to Amazon Garage, Route 1. Okay. I've looked at a couple of different routes. I wonder, does it go sideways? Yeah, it does. That's the route. Don't know how much of this will show. Whilton Marina there, through the village of Norton into Daventry. All looks quite straightforward. It isn't that straightforward, and one of the reasons it's not as straightforward as I would wish is the fact that it's bloody freezing. Not only is it freezing, but there's we're getting 20-mile-an-hour gusts. Now, they're in my face to start with, so that's going to make the ride there a bit less pleasant. Yeah, it's going to make the ride there a bit less pleasant than I would want, because it's going to be in my face, but on the way back it won't. It'll be fine. Right, okay, let's kick off. It's just before 1 o'clock, I think. Yeah, just about 1 o'clock ish, and got to be a bit careful because it's muddy. Yeah, okay. I thought it was frozen, but it's, as luck would have it, the mud. Oh, okay, I'm going to stop because it's a mixture of mud and ice. That bit, okay, I'm going to give it another go. I won't ride this bit on the way back. There was a mixture of mud and ice for a bit there where it hadn't quite thawed. I can sort of roll through it. Whoops-a-daisy. Yeah, the ice cream. No, I'm going to ride. I'm going to walk. Just feels a little bit too sketchy. My worry is if there's any standing pools on the road in shady parts, they won't have thawed either. And of course, in another hour and a half, whatever, they'll be starting to refreeze. The canal didn't freeze overnight, even though it was the coldest night. Maybe it was the wind, I don't know, but it didn't. Let this fella past. Oh, cheers, mate. Thanks. He's a boater. Walking up and down in a jumper. Right. Now, there's a road. The main road is up ahead. You can see the cars moving. And I think I can get up there. There's also a little route down here via a back lane. I'll do this. And I can see on the back lane there are frozen puddles. So that is a tad concerning. Anyway, there are some days when things go below zero, when it is a little bit, for me, a little bit too sketchy for riding a bike. Just, and it's uphill, but of course, because it's an e-bike, that's fine. I'm not saying much because I'm concentrating. Okay, right, here's the steps. In a few days, these locks are going to close. I'm going to have some shopping on the way back. So I'm not walking. Well, no, I probably will. I'll walk down here. It'll be a brief one. It's not the 25 kgs. It's an awkward load. Sorry, it's a big load. It's an awkward load. I'm going to try and start the bike in its top gear, uphill. See where the GRP guy went. He's disappeared. Right. So yeah. Oh dear. It is genuinely like bitterly cold. I guess it doesn't show. The ground is still frozen from last night. But it is only 3 miles. And also it's good, it's a good, you know, you get cabin fever. I popped out with Kevin this morning over to the cafe for breakfast, and we were going to walk to the farm shop this afternoon. Fruit and vegetable shop, it says here. Anyway, another time. We were going to do the farm shop this afternoon because it does look good, but sorry, Kevin's busy cleaning his boat out because he's getting ready to sell it. Just realised as well, this road has the national speed limit on it, so the cars could be doing 60, and in reality probably more miles per hour. So got to be a little bit careful. This is the A45, which is a very busy road. Right. Yeah. You would think cycling in a countryside would all be great fun, and quite often it is. But there are 1 or 2 times a year, like today, coldest day we've had so far this winter, where it, like I can feel the wheel skittering around the front wheel a little bit, and I'm going down a hill, so I'm controlling the speed. I'm not allowing the speed to get above like 10 miles an hour even down the hill, because if I do come off, I don't want a lot of forward speed added to the unpleasantness of it. But yeah, there's a car waited to overtake me, very politely wait until this bend is over so he can see what's coming, because he doesn't want to risk an accident. He gave me a little sort of wave of acknowledgement for his courtesy. Doesn't feel like a great road for a cyclist, this, let's be honest. Really doesn't. There's no option. I'm not going to. I was planning on making this trip at least 2 more times, really, but I'm going to see that there's an alternative. I don't care if it adds a mile. I don't enjoy the feeling that I'm holding up lines of cars that want to do 60 miles an hour. you know. Anyway, a lot of this outward journey is uphill, and this would have been a nuisance, I must be honest, if it was on a normal bike. This would be quite a stiff little ride, this. I've only got 3 bars of power on the bike left, but it's good enough for this, even on hills. And of course, coming back down this way, I'll be freewheeling. Oh, and it seems like my chain's slipping now. Yeah, chain slipping about every 6th revolution. Can't remember what I did last time to fix it. It's like, as long as it's every 6th or 7th revolution, I can put up with it for a few miles. So I'm on full power, but because I've only got, or because I'm into a stiff breeze, and because I've only got 3 bars, I'm having to put a little bit of effort in. And what else I need to do? I need to get this as this sat nav back on screen. Look, don't know what I did, but anyway, got a mile in. It's saying 2 miles to go. So there we go. Takes about 7 or 8 minutes a mile, and this is uphill mostly. So you can do this 3 mile trip in 20 minutes easy, really. Probably less. There we go, that's a bit easier now, change down. I'm not making the chain pull so hard because I've gone into a lower gear, and hopefully that'll help stop it slipping a bit. Now, there's some kind of a diversion coming up, and I don't know whether I should take it. I'm not convinced it's here. Right, I'm not going to bother. I don't know what it is. Sat-nav's indicating some weird little mini diversion. Right, none of them are perfect on routing. There's not a perfect one out there. This one isn't bad. I like ride with GPS. I do like it. Oh dear. Oh, blimey. Good exercise though. Even with assistance, I'm having to puff and pant a little bit, but that's good. Don't want to be too easy, you know. Oh, blimey, that black and white stripe thing means national speed limit of 50 miles an hour. Of course, many drivers regard that as a minimum, unfortunately. So we'll see. But I've got to do this. I've got to do this tomorrow because I've got some rubber gaskets coming to fit my new fuel filler. They're coming to Waitrose. So I've got to make this trip at least once more. And I think maybe that'll be it before I move, because I can't be bothered. Then again, things will warm up. I think in about 5 days we're going to see an upturn. Daytime temperatures like 5. At the moment it's hovering around 0, 1. In the sun maybe 2. Ah, blimey. Now down to 2 bars. But again, it's not too bad. As long as I've got 1 bar left. I was thinking I should have charged this thing up last night, but it was so cold I didn't want to go out and get it. Extract the battery. It was so cold. But I should have beefed it up. And I thought, well, it's only 3 miles. You know, I mean, I used to cycle 5 or 6 to work. You know, I'm back. So 3 miles. It was always a lot less hilly than this though. I feel like this might be the peak. This might be the peak of the ride, and it's mostly downhill when I get to the top. Thank heavens it's an e-bike. I mean, I know I'd be loads fitter if I was doing this on a push bike. I really would. Legs would be so much stronger. But I don't know. There's no but really. I just would be. I've got no argument to the laziness thing. But just as an aside, we're at the top. This is the top of this ride, so to speak. There's no higher elevation on this ride. That's where we come from, at Whilton, and that's the view north. We're sort of heading west towards Daventry. Somewhere up there will be the canal. I don't know where exactly, but it'll be up there, a couple of miles away. I wouldn't enjoy this ride after dark, I will say that. Relying on a poxy little rear light to warn cars, approaching cars with your presence, would be a worry. Flying along here after dark. My reflector was broken off. I need a new reflector. Actually, I've still got it. Anyway, I need to get it on. I need to get that bloody thing on. Because that does more to warn cars than those silly little flashy red lights. They're quite weak. They're not really that visible in rain and bad conditions, poor light. But the reflectors do a great job. Right. So less than a mile to go now. So that's good. I've got to go to the shops while I'm here. I can't do a 3 mile ride and not take advantage by getting some shopping. I could go to the end on the inside of the bollards. Up ahead. In fact, that's what I'll do. I'll get out of the way of the cars behind by going along inside the bollards. Whew. Right, come on. I'm going to turn off the main road and onto a little bit of a side road before too long. Might even be at that roundabout up ahead, I think. So that'll be good. Okay. Right, so I'm going to go inside so the cars can pass. I'm not going to hold them up. Surface is okay. Do you know, my front wheel feels wobbly. That is worrying. This was the bike path. Let's just check this front wheel. What's going on? It might just be the surface is a bit slippery. Perhaps a touch of ice. Anyway, I'm off the road now, which is a relief. see how the wheel feels. Yeah. The wheel is on a quick release bolt on the front, and no matter how tight I feel I've gotten it and how correctly I've fitted it, every few weeks it seems to work its way slightly loose, start wobbling a bit. That's crap. And I don't think it's a cheap part either. I think it's half decent. Anyway, it'll be me not fitting it properly. But anyway, we're off the main road, so that's good. That is a nice thing. And so we just got to get across. Here. Is this a cycle path? The hell is this? Here. No, it's just a road, but it works as a cycle path. Is he waiting for me? I just skidded then. Oh. He was waiting for me to come down, and I thought rather than hightail it down at top speed, I'll pull in and let him. But he sort of, we did that thing of, oh no I'll go, no you go first. We did the bike stroke van equivalent of it. But a nice guy. Hope it didn't exasperate him with my shilly-shallying. Is that a thing, shilly-shallying? Have I just made that up? Feels like I might have just made it up. Dilly-dallying is the phrase. Anyway, at least we're off the road and onto a quiet little A road for most of the rest of the quiet little B road, sorry, residential, whatever, for the rest of the thing. Only third of a mile, so I'm going to pick up the Amazon stuff first and then carry on to the shops. And I think it'll be Tesco. It won't be Waitrose because there's no point. I've still got like 4 Waitrose things in the fridge. I had a period where I didn't eat for a couple of days because of the vomiting. Right. This always reminds me of a scene from 28 Days Later when I walk under these things. Well, cycle is what I usually do, isn't it? I just feel like a bunch of zombies are going to start charging up from ahead. Not the most likely event this afternoon. No, but it is, it's weird, the weird little places, those little subterranean tunnels. I'm more familiar with them. I've encountered a couple in this area. Right, so I've got to go, got to get across this road. Okay, so I'm going to walk that. There's the petrol station ahead. Right. I didn't come quite the right way there, but my way was shorter, so I'm happy with the result. Right, look across here to get to this garage. Where's the thing? I think it's on the far side, around here. There's a McDonald's here as well. Damn. bloody neck thing off. I'm boiling now. That's better. So that's the gear, got all the stuff. Now I've got to get it packed away, get rid of the cardboard in the bin there, and onto the supermarket. So I've just come up from the garage down this little path, which wasn't obvious, and there's a beautiful little churchyard. Look, there's a wall here. Looks like it's hundreds of, it would have been a gatehouse perhaps, hundreds of years old, proper ancient churchyard. But look, people are, because Tesco's nearby, although that's an Asda, anyway, whatever it is, the shopping trolleys all over the place. Well, the church itself, as they are, let's be honest, I think I've said this before, very rarely see an ugly church. They do make them very nice, or did. I suppose there's that many being built these days. Right, okay, Tesco. I think the tradesman's entrance will do. That must be Tesco there. So this must be said tradesman's entrance. Yeah, how do I get in? Looks like I've got to go the long way round somewhere. It's just here. It's just here on the right, but here we go. Just a few essentials, because I haven't got any really good shops. I mean, supermarket type shops between here and Milton Keynes. So it's time to build up a little bit of stock, so to speak. Right, this looks like, it's not a bike rack, but it'll do. I wonder, is there a bike rack at the far side? There will be. Yeah, I'll try the far side. I don't want to leave the bike in a sort of a shady little position. In the middle of nowhere. I'd rather leave it parked where the other bikes are. Sorry, love. Is there a bike rack at all? Is there a bike rack at all?
It would be over that end.
Oh, it's at the far end. Thanks a lot. That was the bike rack. Fair enough. Just nobody else on bikes. I don't know why bikes aren't more popular. Is it because they're expensive compared to cars? Must be, mustn't it? E-bikes are not a cheap option. My head looks like I've just climbed out of bed, look. Oh, what a mess. Anyway. 2 bars left. That'll be enough to get me back. Really, it's just got to get me up that hill, the big hill. Right. So I can grab a trolley. Looking at the number of trolleys, we're not busy today, so that's good. I like a quiet supermarket. I like a quiet anything, really. Quick wheel test, little road test of the vehicle before I commit. Yep, rolling fine. No bumps, no rocks. I cool down a minute. I'm starting to perspire, believe it or not. Sorry, love. time to wrap up and get the hell out of here, man. These don't look like proper bike racks, but oh, there's some. Yeah. Anyway, whatever, as they say around here. And I've entered Cockney World. It sounds like a theme park, but what it actually is basically the whole south end of a country. All talk like that, you know what I mean? I all talk the bleeding same. I know that there are subtle regional differences between these southern accents. Like Daventry will not be the same as the East End of London, but they all do sound the same, you know. You all sound the bleeding same. I feel like I'm in an episode of The Sweeney. You know. There we go. The bike is pretty much as fully laden as you would want it to be. You don't want any more than that on that poor long suffering back wheel. Of course, I can't remember how the hell I got in here. Where did I come in? Where was it? Right. I'm gonna have a little sort of a wandering. I feel like it was this way. I want to go back the way I came, and then I'm going to have to get the navigation on, because I'm going to need it. I think I came through here. This rings a bell. Can I get up on here? So if I go along here, there should be a church. Yeah, let's have a look. I think there's a church in those trees. I'm fairly sure this is the way I came. Yeah, the changeover. Hang on, here's the pavements. I feel like the changeover happened. Where's he going? The changeover happened around Rugby. Now where's that path? Was it down here? No, it wasn't. Right, let's get through here. I definitely came this way. Through the churchyard. But yeah, there was a changeover at Rugby. There was still some sort of voices that sounded a bit Midlands-ish. You know, obviously I'm no expert. Yeah, but is there a way out there? That's where I really want to go, but I don't know if there's an exit over there. Stuff it, I'll go the way I know. It's not even 3 o'clock yet, but it will be dark in an hour and a half-ish. Or getting, you know, darkish. I'll be getting to dusk, so I don't want to hang about too much. And it's bloody freezing as well, to be fair. So let's just get the hell back. We went for breakfast this morning, myself and Kevin, and it sort of killed my appetite, because normally I don't get a chance to visit McDonald's, and whenever I do, you know, I make a point of popping in, really. And it's never what I expect it to be, but I can't help it. It's like a crack cocaine addiction or something. It's one of those, I can never really quite shake it off. I mean, I wouldn't know, you know. I've never tried those dreadful drugs, but I imagine. Now, can I get across? Yeah. Right. So from here, it's down here, isn't it? Yeah. I don't like going down these steep slopes, steeper than it looks on the camera. I'll bet that in cold, weather. Never really got above 0 today. So let's go through the zombie tunnel. That's seen in 28 days later where they go into the tunnel. Oh my god, absolute suspense and horror, just amazingly done. Like, there's a bunch of kids up ahead, so where are they going? Okay, I've lost the track of my route now, so I need to refer back to the navigation program. Okay, you got to sort of type in where you are and then type in where you want to get to and put waypoints in so that it doesn't go away you don't like. There's no real way round that A road route to Whilton. I've just got to do it. So here we go, 2.8 miles from here. So that's done. Navigate. So it looks like I curve around this road. I sort of remember bits and bobs because I did I do 1 trip or 2 trips into Daventry on when I was up at by the tunnel. Right, so we are off. Pretty much fully laden. Not as bad as I have been on some trips, but as fully laden as you would ever normally be. I've gone mad on a couple of trips, to be fair, putting more than I should on the bike. Although I've lost a couple of stone myself, which hopefully I'll be able to do. That would add to my payload. But yeah, I've got a fair bit in, and what happens is the front wheel goes a bit light and the bike behaves a bit weirdly. It wobbles more, doesn't feel as stable when you've got a heavy load on. You notice it immediately. I'm going down a gear, but I've got an uphill stretch. I can see the main road on my left over there. I've got an uphill stretch. It's more than this, it must be more. This must be just a little first bit of it. Uphill stretch, and then I'm off down again. I don't do unboxing videos, do I? I've got a couple of consumables that you have to buy every 6 to 12 months. I've got a couple of those, so it might be worth pointing out. It might be worth doing a sort of an unboxing thing. I only ever tried one, and that was in Ellesmere, I think, in Shropshire, on the Llangollen Canal. Here we go. No way am I going to be at the top. Not yet. But got to get across this road. Yeah, no, there's another uphill ahead. I'm going to step off here. This is too narrow. They've set it. They've done it deliberately, of course, to slow cyclists down. Right. There we go. My handlebar thing's coming a bit loose as well. Anyway, there's another uphill ahead, and then it's mostly downhill. I probably won't even have to pedal for much of the last mile. So half a mile in. And the wind's at me back as well, so that's brill. It was awful when it was in. What's going on here? Where's the path gone? I wasn't watching them, was I? Right. Well, my route lies straight on. and there's no cycle path. Okay, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know how to work this, but I've got to go on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up here, right? Not walk. I'm going to cycle up here to where the temporary traffic lights are, and then I'll look for a chance to just go. Because from where I came, there were no temporary lights. Right, national speed limit. God, really don't like going on these roads, but there's a path beside the road here, but it's awful. Really not bumpy. It's just crap. So I'll skip it. Still got 2 bars left. One thing I've got to say about this Form Buxton Pro, the battery's pretty damn good. And this is in cold weather when they don't do so well. So here's the high point, so to speak, in elevation terms, possibly not in entertainment terms, definitely in panting terms. I'm on level 5, but I'm definitely not getting the assistance that I normally get. It's not just telling you you got 2 bars left, it's saying like you're probably getting half the normal level of assistance by the time you see that symbol. Whew, anyway, all downhill now. Oh dear. That's better. I shall get into top gear. Being a little bit careful as well. I'm not pedalling, I'm just freewheeling. How long to go? 2 miles to go. And I feel like a lot of it is going to be downhill. And I'm just going. I could get a good speed up down here, but with a load of I shouldn't say washing, a load of shopping on the back, and the bike wobbling a bit, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go nice and sound, especially with the road as well. The road is very unpredictable. Some parts have thawed a bit in the sun, other parts have been in shade all day and are still icy. It's very hard to tell what you're travelling over. I'm very careful with the brakes, but much easier ride back. It's beautiful countryside, I've got to say that. I mean, it really is. I'm looking over to my left, I can't move the camera, but it's really nice. Right, the path beside the road looks better. I might change over. Yeah, give these cars a break. I'm probably doing the heads in. Yeah. No, it's overgrown now. No, it's rideable though, isn't it? Yeah, let's get off the road. Let's give these guys a break. Whew. There we go, let's see what we've got here. If it's gravel, you see, it's a bit more predictable than ice. It's a bit bumpier than the road. A fair bit bumpier, but you know, And in fairness, right, this path goes most of the way. I didn't spot it on the outward journey. It goes most of the way along this section of a mile, maybe a mile and a half, I don't know. So I will be doing this trip again because I've got that rubber gasket thing coming to Waitrose. So I'm making at least one more trip up here, and I'll use this, and I think it'll take a lot of the concern. You should be able to cycle country roads without a problem. I don't want to make it sound like they're deadly dangerous. They're not, you know, people cycle them all the time. It's just that I've got small wheels, a very wobbly bike at the moment, and yeah, just being a bit cautious. Right, where do I go? I think I just carry on. I've run out of road here, so I'm going to have to go run out of pavement, I mean. Right, this is a lovely, the little village of Norton. Do you want to go? There we go. I'm going to slow the guy down. Very, very kind of him in his Range Rover. He slowed down for me. Fish and chips here. This is 1.2 miles to go. This will be superb. The chippy at Norton, any money in a village like this, that chip shop is going to be absolutely top notch. It really will. Kev is an absolute demon for his takeaways. After the episode, the vomiting episode, I'm a little bit wary. To be honest, I am a little bit wary of takeaways at the moment, but that one will be good. You know it'll be good. Oh, there's a big, bloody big rut in the road. Probably won't show up on the camera. I noticed it a few feet away, and I was going slowly enough that I could adapt. A few dodgy manoeuvres going on, trying to overtake me. That UPS van ducked in just before the oncoming traffic. That was a bit shady. Okay, so I'm building up speed, more downhill, so let's get that under control. Oh my god, what a house. It's a gate. I can't take the hands off the thing with the gloves on. I can't mess with the camera. Okay, 20 miles an hour, let's slow it down. Don't want any nastiness. Feels less icy than it did when I came out. Been out a couple of hours now, all told, I think. It feels less icy. But it's going to freeze tonight. Oh dear. Some kind of a clicking noise I'm getting. I don't know what wheel. Feels like it's a wheel. Well, sounds like, I mean, sounds like a wheel. Yeah, there's that. I hope I haven't done a spoken. It'd be my fault if I have, for overloading the thing. It'd be entirely my fault. No, I'm not hearing it now. Right, I think this will be the last hill. 0.4 miles. This will be the last hill, and then we're going across that busy road. That would be a pain, that busy road in the rush hour. I feel like we're going to beat it, yeah. Coming up to 3 p.m. A little bit before the worst of the traffic. dear. Terrible. Oh, rutted road. That's better. Okay. Last bit now downhill. Oh, that must be the railway bridge up ahead. Low bridge. Doesn't look that low. I'm going to just whiz through. There we go. And we're back. Now where were those steps? I think they were on this side. No, they were on this side. Here we go. Were they? What's going on there? No, they weren't on the other side. I've got easy steps on this side though. What's going on? Come on, get on the pavement. Okay, let's try these steps. There's a boat coming. There's a boat in the lock there. They haven't started work already, have they? Oh, I think they've started. No, there's a guy in a high vis working a paddle, and that doesn't look like a normal boat. So, yeah. I wonder if they closed the locks already. That gate closed. These look like slightly easier steps, yeah, or at least there's fewer of them. Right, okay, let's get on the brake. This is all to avoid carrying the bike down a dozen steps, but it is a nuisance when it's laden as it is now down steps. It really is such an awkward load. It's not just the weight. I'd love to know what that boat is, whether it's a work boat in there. There's some kind of mechanical thing on it. Yeah, that is the lock that's leaking as well. That's the last lock up ahead, 13. This is number 12, and there's something in it, and it's not a normal boat, so maybe they've closed it already. If they have, it's going to be very bad news, because on the official website it says the 13th, which is 4 days away. 5, I think. Is it Thursday today? Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then closing on first thing Tuesday morning. So certainly 4 full days. If they're in there, they could just be in there preparing and still letting boats through, so don't want to jump to conclusions. Right, I moved my boat up to make a space, because what I think's going to happen over the next couple of weeks perhaps, there are going to be boats arriving at these locks from the south who didn't know about the closure. Right, let's see if I can ride this. I'm being very careful. It's slippery and muddy, and bits of it are still bloody icy. I don't know if this is worth it for 100 bloody yards. No, stuff it. Walk will do me good. Also get mud on my shoes, which had mostly gone. But yeah, There's some kind of a workboat in that lock there. Don't know what they're doing. But if it's closed, there's going to be some very disappointed boaters turn up, coming towards us, wanting to go up the locks here. There will be boats accumulate here now. I'm going to move south, but this is closed for 2 months now, or on Tuesday. And there's going to be an accumulation of boats will start building up. And I don't know whether CRT will chase them and say, oh, you've got to move. You know, I don't know what happens. I think CRT tend to go easier on people when there's a blockage, but they won't completely let you off with the requirement to move. They're not doing that. So I think if people are thinking they're going to arrive here and they're going to be stationary for 2 months, they might be disappointed, I think, because I don't reckon CRT will let them. You can see here, these are the CRT workboats. I don't know what they would be doing really, because you would think they're going to drain the lock and it's going to be a completely land-based operation. There's not going to be any water in the lock, but I guess if they need to work, yeah, no, they might need to work from the outside, mightn't they? So they need a floating platform. Anyway, you know, the hell do I know? But there they are, waiting to start. And here's my boat. But you can see in front of me, there's just about space for a boat. There's a little sign on a stick. That's the limit of mooring, and that's opposite the Marina entrance over there. So you can't moor past that point. Some bugger probably will. Some of them just don't care. But there's room for a boat just in front of me. 50, maybe 57 at the most. So I've pulled back to allow them to get on the end. So in the next few days, someone's going to arrive and take that spot for certain. Right. Sun's so low in the sky, it's barely 3 o'clock. But I shouldn't complain, because the days are getting longer. So yeah, we'll have less whinging, I think.